Welcome back to Dan's Messy Garage. This is going to be part 4 of 71 Comet GT with engine problems. Today should be 347 day. It was supposed to come yesterday, but it didn't show up. I'm hoping it'll come today. When it comes, it's going to be on a pallet. So I'm going to have a way to move it around. Now, I just so happen to have a creeper and a car dolly. I'm hoping those two will be enough to stick under the pallet so I can move it around. And well, one of the first things I'm going to do today is pour all the old trans fluid into, I got a 5-gallon can here. Tip and trick for you. You know, when you put a funnel in something, you pour it glugs, because there's air coming out of the container. Take a zip tie, hang it on your funnel, stick that down in there. That prevents a tight seal and lets air come out of the can as fluid goes in. This fluid is awful dirty and brown. I have to drain the converter and drain everything else when I get it out of there. This can's pretty empty. No problem holding gallon or gallon and a half, whatever's in this drain pan. I had a friend that used to have a waste oil furnace, and I would save all my trans fluid, and engine oil, rear end fluid, all that stuff, and give it to him, and he would burn it. He had free heat, more or less. He had upkeep on his furnace, but worked out real good for him for many years. Then he moved, so I had to find somebody else to give the oil to. That wasn't too hard to do. I just put an ad in Facebook, free, like 40 gallons of oil, and somebody came and got it. Actually, I had about 50 gallons, because I had 6 of these 5-gallon things full, and I had a whole bunch of gallon containers and 2 or 3 2.5-gallon containers. So it was over 50 gallons that he got. So he's very happy. Told me to keep his number and call him again next time I get oil. So I will. I sure don't need it. All right, I'm going to pick up right where I walked away from yesterday with the pile of tools under the car. I got to clean them up and then lower the car and start to pull the engine and trans. And I know I got to do motor mounts, though. I can't lower the car yet. So after I do motor mounts, then I can lower the car and hopefully start pulling the engine and trans out of here. I'm going to see if I can get the motor mounts out with the handful of tools that I'm bringing under here. First, I'm going to put this dry shaft yoke in the back of the trans. That'll help prevent some spillage, I hope. Another place that comes out is the speedometer cable hole. I got a silicone plug, a yellow thing. Let's see if one of these will fit in that hole. Well, yellow, too small. Green one. That's a little small too, but if I wrap it in paper towel, that'll give it a little more thickness. Man, that'll work. Shouldn't have too much coming out of there, but you never know. Alright, take my tools. Okay, let's see what size these are. Brought a bunch of tools, but I don't know if I brought enough. Hey, nut is off. Now the socket doesn't want to come off the bolt. I don't know if I can get the bolt out without taking the oil filter off, though. Well, yeah, I did. Okay, I got it. Never mind. Alright, so I think I can slide all these tools out of here. Alright, I have to let the car down now, because I need to jack the transmission up and get the cross member out of there. And then hook the engine up to the hoist and see if I can lift it enough to get these friggin' headers off of here. Not looking forward to this. Got the motor mounts out. Trans lines are off. Need to take the starter wire off of this. Oh boy, car's rolling real easy now because there's no dry shaft in it. Let me block that. Okay. Oh, I forgot what I was saying. Starter motor wire. Taking off the starter solenoid. Let it come out with the engine. Shove that up in there. Getting ready to put the chain fall on the engine plate. Pull it out of there. Let me get that set up. I have it up enough that I can get the header bolts. Yeah, I can get to them. Let me take spark plug wires off. Alright, I'm going to need a couple different tools. A lot of them are 5/16 Allens. And there's other ones that are like 5/16 hex, for a wrench. See, what I do is I take a little 5/16 small little section of a Allen, put it in a ratchet wrench, and then use this. These are regular header bolts, and they take like an Allen. This other one, it's the same size bolt, but with a tiny, tiny head on it. It's only a 5/16 head. That's pretty small for a header bolt because you can't get a lot of torque on it. But there's no clearance on some of these inside bends of the header to put a bigger bolt in. Oh. Yeah. Okay, I got it out of there. I had to lower the engine, move the header, raise the engine, move the header, lower the engine. I got it out. See, now I can rock this over, and I'm going to attempt to pull it out with the driver header still on, driver side header. I don't know if I have room. Okay, it's free, it's hanging. I gotta move the car out of the way, but need to open up the garage door to do that. You probably noticed that the hood of the car is sitting on the roof. I had my neighbor that cuts my grass come and help me get that hood off and put it up on top. And he said, just let them know when I'm Gonna put the engine in and he'll come and help put the hood back on. Now this thing's almost out of here. Gonna have to get it out and set it onto a dolly or something to move it out of the way. And I need to put it on the engine stand. So I can take it apart and see what happened. Has to be high enough so I can push the car out. That might be enough. All right. Okay. Time is 11:32. It's out. I'm gonna take that header off. Got the header off, and I remembered to do some hammer forming on these header tubes to make it easier to get the bolts in and out. The dents are not going to affect flow. There's an excellent video made by Engine Masters where they had an engine on a dyno. They dynoed it, took hammer, pounded on the headers, made another dyno run, pounded more dyno runs. They beat the crap out of those headers. They were almost flat. Didn't affect horsepower because you're not changing the volume of the pipe. You're just changing the opening from a round to like an oval. Still got the same interior volume. Look for that episode. It was years and years ago. Engine Masters header bash test or something like that. Now I'm going to take the trans off and get this engine up on the engine stand. Transmission is separated. I gotta move the trans out of the way and then get my engine stand in here. Get this engine on it. A lot easier said than done. The engine's on the stand now. So I can start taking it apart. See what the heck happened. I'm going to start by draining the rest of the oil. While that's draining, I can take the intake off Let's see what I can see as far as the lifters go. Yep, there's sparkles in the oil too. I got the engine on the stand. I'm going to start taking things apart. I believe the first thing I'm going to take off is the distributor. Okay, here we go. Better get a container to put those in. Put them in with the valve cover bolts. Should be able to just pry this thing up, get it off here. Like that. There was one of the nuts. Okay. All right, let's see what we can see in here. Well, nothing looks out of the ordinary. I am running out of steam, folks. Don't have to worry about mixing these up because the roller cam. Not going to be using those lifters anymore. So I can lift these out, all the rockers and push rods, and not have to keep track of them. Yeah, see that these won't come out unless you take the head off. I'm blasting them off with my impact. I get too tired and hot and overheated to play games. Okay, let's take this driver's side off first because I think that was the worst side. Have to tilt it up this way. Pull it off and let the water gush. You know, what am I going to do? All the chambers look great. Like it was burning nice and even. All right, here we go. Look at that, folks. There's your problem. That roller is missing. See, this side has a roller. That doesn't. So that means that that cam is toast. Yep. I'll see if I can bring you in there to show you that. Yeah, I can't get the light to shine in there without blocking the camera, but that lobe is wasted because the lifter roller is missing. And that was riding on the cam lobe. So why did that fail? Why did that fail, folks? I don't know. Let's look at the other ones and see what they look like. Those look good, feel good. Look good, feel good. Nice and free and easy. Same with those. Let me pull the other head off. Okay, this head looks good. All 4 cylinders look like they're burning well. No issues. Lifters that were clattering on passenger side. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. All right, so just one of them. I think it was other side was clattering because the cam lobe doesn't look good. So that's why this passenger side clattered. Lifter looks fine though. Roller feels good. But the cam is worn down. Probably from the one next to it coming apart. We found a problem and I am beat. This is going to be the end of part 4, working on the 71 Comet GT with engine problems. I found a problem. Got a lifter, bad lifter. Thank you for watching Dan's Messy Garage. Please stay tuned to my channel for other projects and updates on this one. Goodbye.